I was looking at the Elimination Chamber lineup, and I noticed the only women's match on there is Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, which should be good. Rhea Ripley ultimately will win. The male elimination chamber and the ladies elimination chamber, they got one more woman, I believe, they got to plug in there. And then there's this Grayson Waller bullshit, which is going to be with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Who knows what that's going to be like? But if that's the only thing that's going on, I have to ask: do the women need a second championship? Because I feel like Io Sky has the SmackDown Women's Championship and has done absolutely nothing with it. And I really don't understand why, while she's working with Bayley and on the road to WrestleMania, why couldn't there be somebody else to be on Io? It makes the SmackDown Women's roster look lazy as fuck for some reason. Like no one is trying to run Io Sky down for this championship. Even if we know you're gonna keep the belt, somebody should be stepping up to Io like, listen, bitch, I'm gonna need to get a shot at this belt. I don't see anybody doing that. The last time she defended it was against Mia Yim, and that was shit. What, in January? I think that was like January. Was it this last SmackDown when Mia was talking about she gonna stand on business and lost? I just don't understand. Like, no one is running this woman down. Zelina Vega just lost her opportunity at the getting the championship at Elimination Chamber, but then she just focuses her attention on Elektra Lopez, which is cool. But you got bitches in the background who should be like, there's still time for me to take that belt off of you. But I mean, it's too late now. This is the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and she has her match. I just think a secondary title would keep the ladies busy in these type of times, because now you only have one match showcased, and then that's really it. Now I guess the chambers, which is going to be the focus of the pay-per-view, are going to probably be very lengthy, but I mean, damn, we all know Becky Lynch is probably winning that, unless by some weird fluke Bianca Belair wins, because that's really the WrestleMania match right there. But we'll have to see. I really don't know who's gonna win. But I just wanted to touch on that, why a secondary title would help things. You got the tag team belts, which are completely useless. They're on the Sky Warriors. What's the name? Kairi Sane and Asuka. And they aren't even defending their titles. Like, no one gives a fuck about those titles. I just find it's just really lacking. Then when you look at AEW, which they're with the women's division, please, but they have an AEW championship for the ladies, and then they have the TBS title, none of which floats. Like, I don't think they float through all the shows that AEW have, because they got Collision, Dynamite, and I think those are the two. I know they took off the ones from the internet, Dark and all of that. They don't float. Rhea Ripley's title stays on Raw. Io Sky's title stays on SmackDown. So if you had a secondary title that could float between both shows, then you would have something for the ladies to fight for. Why would you give Seth Rollins a secondary title that fucking stays on Raw? And Raw has Seth Rollins' title and the Intercontinental Championship. No one is running down Gunther for his Intercontinental Championship. And then SmackDown has the United States Championship and Roman's title. And Roman is wrapped up, and they don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about it. Okay, and now the United States Championship is wrapped up on Logan Paul, who also isn't on the show. So these people are not fighting for anything. They're just having matches. So if you had one woman that could float through shows to give the women something to do, it would make sense. You don't need women's tag team titles. You don't need them. There are no tag teams. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, great tag team. You don't give a fuck about them. You keep putting Natty in all kinds of tag teams. Then you got those two strong ass women. What's her name? Oh my god. what is her name? Shayna Baszler and old girl. I forgot her name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're not doing nothing but losing. If you had one title, just a secondary title, call it the I don't know, the international title, Intercontinental Women's Championship, just to give the women something to fight for. None of the titles on WWE are being fought for. They're all going to show up on WrestleMania, hopefully change hands, and then what? No one cares about the women's tag team title. Whoever wins, no one cares. Okay, then Io loses to Bayley. Then you got people coming after Bayley. We see the same matches. Then what's her name? I actually think that what's her name again? Rhea Ripley is gonna win and can retain her title at WrestleMania. I think she's going to retain her championship at WrestleMania, and that's going to be a complete nightmare because I don't think Rhea Ripley's reign is good at all, or Io's. I really don't. I don't see anything they done. They barely fucking wrestle while you're always on fucking Roman Reigns. So, I just think there should be another title. You tell me what you think in the comments. If I missed anything, if my thought process doesn't make sense, I would love to hear it. With the NXT women coming up, there is space, in my opinion, for one title to float on both brands. Before I go, why do you have tag championships that don't go to NXT? You took NXT tag titles, merged them with the ones on the main, and have done nothing with them. There are literally tag teams in NXT. Why haven't those titles gotten down there? It's really just weird to me that I just don't understand why women can't be booked a little bit better, a little bit properly. It's not that fucking difficult. At least I don't think it is. Hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think.